Hello everybody, welcome back to Maths. Hope you're doing well. In today's session, we're going to be taking a look at compound measures. So we're going to be looking at pressure, we're going to look at speed, and we're also going to look at density. But before we dive in and talk about what they are and how to do them, could you please spare me 1 second of your life and click that subscribe button and also hit that like button. So compound measures, what are they? First of all, let's talk about speed. So let's say, for example, you're walking down your street. It might take you 20 seconds to get to the end of your road, or however long your road is. It might take you 20 seconds. We're measuring time. If we were to measure the distance, we might say that the end of the road is 300 meters, 200 meters, however long. So that's a measure of distance. If we want to measure these two together, so we want to measure how long does it take us to complete a certain distance, that's where we're measuring in speed. So it's very similar to density. If I take the mass of an object, if I take, I don't know, the mass of this calculator, for example, and I divide it by the volume of the calculator, that will give me the density. So it's how much stuff is packed into what kind of space. So into this then, this first question says, a sprinter runs a distance of 200 meters in 25 seconds. Work out the average speed of the sprinter. So you might have seen these before, especially in physics, in science. You would have seen these triangles. So there's triangle formulas. So we're calculating speed. So speed goes here. Distance goes along the top, and underneath here goes time. So essentially what we're going to do for these kind of formulas is this. So if I want to work out the distance, I want you to try this on your screen as well. If I want to work out the distance, I want you to cover up distance with your finger, because then distance is speed multiplied by time. Let's try another one. Now on your screen, put your finger over the S, okay? And that means that speed is equal to distance divided by time, okay? And the same applies here. So if I cover up the t to work out t, we're then going to say distance. So it's time equals distance divided by speed, and that would give you the time. So in our case, we've been asked to work out the average speed. So I want speed. So speed is going to be distance divided by time. So yeah, all we're going to do is just literally stick this straight into the formula. So 200 meters. So 200 meters divided by 25 seconds. So 25 seconds. Let's stick that into our calculator. 200 divided by 25, that's going to give me 8. So the speed is equal to 8. But notice we did meters divided by seconds. So it's meters slash seconds. So it's meters per second. Okay, let's take a look at the next one then. So in this next question, when it comes to pressure, now, you're always going to be given the formula. So the only formula you need to learn is the one we've just done here. So learn this. Absolutely must commit that to memory. And there's another one on mass, density and volume, which we'll look at later. And again, just commit that to memory. But this next one we're going to do, you don't need to commit to memory. So you would have been given this formula. You would have been given the formula like this. You might have been given the triangle. So it will say pressure here, it will say force here, and it will say area. So we're just plugging numbers into the formula. It says a block exerts a force of 120 newtons. So we've been given this onto the ground, and the block has an area of 2 meters squared. So that's the area. So we've been asked to work out the pressure. So the pressure is equal to, so remember we're going to cross that one out, and we're working with the other two. So we can see the F is at the top. So that's going to be F divided by A. So we know that the force is 120 newtons. I always put the letter in there, which you'll see why in a moment. 120 newtons divided by 2 meters squared. Okay, so 120 divided by 2 gives us 60. So here's the units now. We've got newtons on the top, so put the N there. Then because the meter squared is on the bottom, we put slash and we put meter squared. So that's it. So the pressure is 60 newtons per meters squared. And that's all you need to do. Let's go to the next question then. If you want some more help with this topic, go to this website and you can book in your free lesson with me, because I do weekly live lessons. So go to mrsmythemaths.co.uk and book in your free lesson. So this one, let's get my pen working, here we go. So this one says a piece of gold has a mass of 760 grams and a volume of 40 cubic centimeters. So we need to know the density, but we also need to learn the formula. So the density formula goes like this. We can say density goes here, okay? And we've got the mass, which goes along the top, and underneath is V for volume. So we want the density. So density is equal to mass divided by volume, okay? So mass we can see is 760 grams, and the volume is 40, so let's put 40 centimeters cubed here, and into the calculator it goes, because I don't know what that is. 760 divided by what we're doing, 40, and that gives me 19. So density, I was going to say, density is equal to 19. We've got grams slash centimeters cubed. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense so far, but notice that I've only been doing the top one divided by the bottom one. So dead straightforward so far, but the whole point of this is for you to get comfortable with using the formula. So I'm only going to go through one more example, but this is more of a problem solving question, and it's one we have to rearrange it a little bit as well. So don't worry, it's dead straightforward, but let's decipher and let's work down through the problem. So the first question, this question says, Danny leaves her house at 8 a.m. She drives 63 miles to work and she drives at an average speed, blah, blah. So let's get the triangle in first of all. So we know speed is here, distance is here, and time is here. So she leaves at 8 a.m. That might be important later on. So she drives 63 miles at the speed of 27 miles per hour. What time does she leave? What time does she get to work? So we need to work out time. So time we can see is equal to distance divided by speed. So let's do distance divided by speed in this case. So distance we can see is 63 miles. So let's put 63 miles like this. Okay, divided by the speed, which we can see the speed is 27 miles per hour. Okay, let's type that in. So 63 divided by 27. Well, first of all, that's going to give me 2.3 recurring. I'm going to leave that on my calculator for a moment because you'll see why in a minute, but 2.3 recurring. Now, I need the units. Well, I'm working with miles and I'm working with miles per hour. So it's got to be hours, isn't it? Because it's in times, so this must be hours. But I don't know what 0.3 recurring hours is, so how do we work this out? Well, we can see we've already got 2 hours, so that must be fine. So time is, let's put it here. So we know it's going to be 2 hours, but we need the minutes. But we can see that we've got this with 0.3 recurring. So 0.3 recurring, let's times this by 60 minutes. So just stick this onto your calculator. So on your calculator, you've already got the 2.3 recurring. Just type in subtract 2 and it'll give you 0.3 recurring. So then type in 0.3 recurring times by 60 and this will give you 20 minutes. So this is now 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, so 2 hours and 20 minutes. Then the next thing we can do is we can say we've got the time. Well, we know that she starts at 8 a.m. So we've just got to do 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. plus the 2 hours, that gives us 10 a.m. And then we're going to add on to the 20 minutes. So a bit of Carol Vorderman maths there. But anyway, we've got 10, 20. Bit of a mess there, but hopefully you guys get the idea. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. As I said at the start of the video, if you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click the like. If you would like a free maths lesson with me, you can go to my website at mrsmythemaths.co.uk. Go to that website, you can go on there and you can book in a free lesson. And if you want some more help and you want some more tuition. Okay guys, cheers for watching and I shall see you in the next one.